Hello. I don't know. Like, you ever gone to a place and it was just full of like really stupid people, like a bunch of zombies? Like where I live, it's just like a ghetto full of retards. They're all obviously stupid, like lobotomized, brain dead, stupid. I wouldn't consider what they had to say if they were even talking sense, because they're all a bunch of brain dead fucks. But I'll tell you, like, if I went to like a mountain, and I'm just looking at the mountain view might be better than looking at these fucking zombies. Like, because I could only just imagine, like, a mountain view. Like, you could just see off in the distance for miles, and you could see, like, towns in the valleys, and you just see forever. Like, the only thing I see around here is a bunch of fucking zombie lemming bitches. Like, people so lobotomized. They're like, that's important. Keep that down. It's the most important thing you've ever heard. You better document this shit. No. And I can see why people don't care about me, because that's how they talk with each other. They're like, I'll make money. And I'm like, wow, I'm ignoring you now. I can see why people ignore me, because they're so used to doing it to other people, because they're lobotomized. They must confuse me for another fucking zombie with no intelligence of any fucking kind. Where are my lighters? You know, I buy a whole pack of fucking lighters and they just vanish. Fuck! But anyways, I drive down just a mile. It's like a mile or two away from my house. I drive down and I go to this place, okay? I'm gonna show it to you because it's badass. It has nothing to do with me. Mount Lookout Joe's Coffee, because I buy green coffee beans and they're half the price. Okay, so it says here, roasted coffee is $12 per pound. Green coffee beans is anywhere from $6 to $7 a pound. So I got the organic, the Nicaraguan organic, and then I got the Kenya AA organic. And I'll tell you, their Kenya AA, their beans are like this big, when other beans are like smaller like that. Like these Kenya beans are like that. Like, they're like Kenyans. They run like Kenyans, really fast. Like they get Olympics, and then they're like deported back to Kenya, Brondo. And I noticed at this Mount Lookout, it's a preppy town, and everybody there is like preppy, rich. They all look different. And it's weird. I can drive a mile, and everybody's rich, preppy, stuck up. Women look different. Like the women look like models and shit. And I'm like looking at the people, and I'm just like, Did I just go to Africa or something? No, I went a mile down the road. Like, they talk different, look different. And I'm like, a mile? I didn't go to fucking France. I went a mile down the road. Like, around in this neighborhood, like, everybody wears a t-shirt. Everybody does heroin. Everybody looks like a fucking slob. You go a mile down the road to this place, they sell green coffee beans and shit. They got a real fucking coffee house. Doesn't make any sense. Like, why can't this town be like the very town a mile down the way? Like, what's the fucking big difference there? You know? Why can't they open up a good coffee shop here? They have one down the road. There's a guy called, he roasts his own beans. He don't sell the green ones. And his shop gets like no customers because he, you know, he ain't being all trendy and cool. Like, but this list of green coffee beans. I can go a mile down my road and get a gigantic list of green coffee that I can get. And then I roast my own coffee beans. Here, I even bought a coffee. This one's called a Hammerhead because it's I got a shot of espresso with put in my coffee. And I go to other places and I'm like, I want a shot of espresso in my coffee. What is that called? And they're like, I don't know, but this is how much it is, $2. And I'm like, okay, whatever, give me that. This place at least called it a Hammerhead, you know, because I can't just drink regular coffee. I gotta put a shot of espresso in my coffee. Oh yeah, because espresso, it's too strong. Coffee, too weak. Put them together, boom, Hammerhead. But I think I drink coffee because I want fruit juice. I want fruit juice, and instead I drink coffee. Like, I should be like making banana strawberry smoothies and drinking that instead of coffee. Like, I think I'd feel a lot better if I just lived in a town where people weren't so fucking retarded. Like, here, I know you don't go out, you get robbed, mugged. You know, I've had to fight heroin addicts off of me. I've had to actually get in fights with heroin addicts and keep them off of me. And I normally win, you know. Like, they don't kick my ass, I kick their ass, you know. And I'm afraid to walk down the road. What makes these people any less afraid to just walk down the road? Because they're ignorant, they're dumb. And then if they did get in a fight, they did, you know, they'd end up on the fucking missing news. And ain't nobody giving a fuck, dude. That's why I realized, like, I talk to some of these people, and I realize, like, and I'm like, yeah, I really consider your opinion valid there, person with no brain or integrity or intelligence at all, period. Like, I really care what you have to say. Like, I guess they think all their lies and bullshit hold some kind of meaning. And I'm just like, whatever, dude, you're retarded. And now I see why people don't listen to me, because they think I'm like you. That's their mistake. But I thought, man, if I had a house in a mountain valley and I could just overlook the world, like, just magic. Like, I don't think there could be a depressed day in my life, really. Even if it was snowing every day, if every day was just the overlook of this snowy valley, like, it would just have its own funness, uniqueness, you know. Like, I remember going to the store on a, like, it snowed like fucking 3 feet one day, and I had to like go to the store, and it was just weird that like there was just snow everywhere, and you walk in the store, and there's all these like items placed around, and everything looks so dystopian. Like the snow made everything look more not in a like a good dystopian way. Not good, but just kind of weird. Like it was like everything was all snowy, and it's like everything's just like gridlocked and peaceful, and then you go in like this grocery store, and everything's like laid out kind of funny, like kind of just dystopian is the best I could explain it. Like I keep hearing these city names like Syria. Like they were saying something is going to happen in Syria, and then I was like, it looks a lot like Syria, and they're like, no, it's called this. And I kept forgetting the name that they called it, but I kept mistaking it for Syria. And so something might happen over there. I don't know. And then now they're saying like Columbus. I kept saying Columbus, and they're like, no, it's a little further east than Columbus. And the mountainous kind of, like something could happen there. It might be good, it might be bad, I don't know. Or like New York or something, in between like Columbus and New York. Like there's something kind of, I don't know if it was good or bad, but I thought maybe I should go see New York, or I just don't know. Like, you know, people, the way they act, they're like, they'll be like, I have a job, and I'm so great. And I just realized, like, people don't have the ability to say no. Like, they just can't. So instead of saying no, or well, I could say no, and then realizing that there is an option to say no, and then saying yes, they only know yes. That's why they call them yes men. I noticed, like, my friend was talking to me. He was like, I don't want to be broke, but yet I don't want to work at a dead-end job. And I'm like, I know exactly how you feel. And I said, but there's two choices. Like, you're either a zombie and you have to get a job, or you are not a zombie and you can say no and deal with those consequences. Like not having money, what will that feel like? And money is that reward that they have to have. And then so they're rewarded and they feel so great. They're like, oh, my job is so great. And it's like, that's true, but, you know. So, you know, I'm telling my buddy or whatever, some guy, he'll probably watch this and go, what the fuck? And, he's like, I don't want to have to work a dead-end job but I don't want to be broke. And I'm like, well, you know, when I had a job, that's what we were kind of like. When I quit, that's what we're like. I told the people I work with, I said, I'm going to quit. I just don't want to do anything. And they're like, don't you like money? Don't you like women and money? And I'm like, no. Women are bitches and sluts and they're nasty. They probably having fucking AIDS, toenail fungus, and their fucking camel toe. And, you know, the money, it's just bullshit. Who wants to put up with a fucking retard boss that can't even count to 10? It's just like, just looking at them and talking about it, it just made sense. Like, they're incapable of saying no. They can't say no. So instead they have, no matter how bad things get, they would say yes. If the boss said, okay, open up your buttholes, you're all going to get fucked today, they'd say, whatever to make $1, man. And I thought, I don't have to do that. I don't have to give up my peace of mind. And I thought that meant everything in my peace of mind of not being worked to death was worth more than any dollar amount. Watching people pull their hair out and stress about their job and their money and their worries, I thought, you know, I don't have to worry like they worry. I don't have to do that. I can worry, but in a lot different way than they do. I noticed I was looking at like the Metropolis movie, and I bought some old items. And I noticed like from 1927, like if you get a radio from 1927 or 1937, they're like wood, they got cool looks on them. It reminds me of like BioShock or steampunk or just any old kind of thing like that. And I thought, you know, that an old house with an old radio, what, you know, like if you had a really old house from 1927 and you stuck old radios and got old things, and it would just seem really fucking cool, I think. And just really thinking back to that, or not thinking back, but looking back, you know, I wasn't around back then, but you know, I was looking up steam cars. The first car was a steam car, you know, and I thought, that's cool. How many people think about steam cars? Like, I was looking up Jay Leno and how he's got a bunch of steam cars. And how they'll sell like Stanley Steamer, it runs like a sewing machine, or actually that's not the Stanley Steamer, didn't do that, but it was the sewing machine company. And how they had the technology they had for those things. And how Jay Leno, he's like, they're quiet, they're super quiet. And he's like, they only have like 10 horsepower, but like 1,000 feet of torque. And, you know, trains used to use them and stuff, but just like imagine like driving a steam car and living in an old house and having an old radio. You really wouldn't want to go backwards in technology, but then again, it's respecting where technology came from, and then looking back to see how we can look forward. You look back to look forward, you know. Wrong cup. But, like, looking at Ford's first car, Ford's first engine, like, if you look at Ford's, like, supposedly first engine, like, you look at it, and it looks like he went to the hardware shop and bought some pipes and some tubes and some things and came home and put together an engine just made out of shit like you'd go to Lowe's and buy. And I thought that would be really cool. Like, if I could go to Lowe's, buy a bunch of parts, come home, make some kind of engine out of it, that would be pretty cool. But kind of like looking at Metropolis and seeing how they're like the machine, and there's like, you know, it's like there's pistons in the background and everything's like machines. It just kind of makes me like interested in machines. I don't even know what to say. I guess you'd probably be bored by now. Oh well, maybe I should cut in some cool shit, like, oh my god, look, I just edited the video. You're not entertained. Like, it just seems like, you know, if you had to entertain people, like, you would just have to dumb yourself down. You wouldn't be able to say what you want. Who cares about your opinion? Let's just keep people happy and placid and non-thinking. Hey, they don't like what I have to say. Well, I better dumb it down so that way I'm more popular. Like, I'm not trendy. I don't sell out to the brain-dead, brainworm nation and make stupid, repetitive videos for them to enjoy. They call me repetitive, but they can't look in the mirror and see that that's all they do is they're repetitive. You know. I remember I had a nickname called Rerun because I would like repeat things. And that's because I learned people didn't get it, so if you do the same tactics the TV does, the TV just repeats things over and over until it's drilled in their head subconsciously, subliminally. And so I just thought, you know, the music is repetitive. Like, when have you not got a song stuck in your head? Like, if I can just like hit that note somehow and just repeat to them over and over and over until one day it clicks in there, and all that repetitiveness is they're like, except the reverse, they might be like, hey, that makes sense. And so I'm just like sitting there waiting for something to make sense, and all of a sudden, like, my friend is like, hey, you've been telling me this so many times, but I never believed you until someone regurgitated the exact same thing you did. So it doesn't matter how much I repeat it. You need to be asserted in your belief. And so you can only be asserted when someone else beyond me says the same thing that I do. And luckily, intelligent minds think alike. And all that needs to happen is somebody with a little bit of logic, a little bit of brains, says the same thing. And it's like, the sky's blue. All I need is for one other zombie to repeat that. And boom, you're going to start to realize, hey, everything I say is true. But that's not really going to happen because a lot of people aren't like that. Like I guess they think I want to be wrong. I purposely want to be wrong. Or no, I'm purposely ignorant. Just like you. I don't want to know any better. How do you know any better until better comes along? It's like if a girl is only going to get with you for the amount of money that you might have, and she's basically brainwashed George Orwell, Brave New World style, and it's like, then why really, like, desire mindlessness? So I say, whatever babies they have, they'll be babies of money. And whatever dish eugenics process, that'll be, whatever. You're fucking stuck with that, dude. Like, you want to live in misery your whole life and raise your kids. You're basically raising your kids in a dystopia. If you get with a guy just simply out of money, your kids will be the dystopia essence. The essence of a dystopia. And it's like, you're going to have to live with that, and you're not going to like it. When your kids say, "Mommy, why aren't you home? Why are you always at work?" "Because we need money." "Well, can't you just stay home for a minute and your kids will be indoctrinated at school because you'll be too busy to indoctrinate them yourself?" So it's a vicious cycle where your kids are being brainwashed by someone else and you are brainwashed by someone else. Like, kids should be homeschooled by intelligent people. And you should be intelligent enough to sit down and teach your kids kindness, respect, math, science, reason. And then you need to know that shit. You shouldn't rely on some fucking scumbag criminal in a fucking government school to teach your kid anything. Schools are prisons. It's prisons you can like because you can make friends in prison. You can go to the school, elementary school or high schools or whatever. They're prisons. It's not to teach you, it's to teach you how to obey, And I thought, like, any truther would fucking know this shit. They don't. They might post the video, and I'll say, I'm like, you post this video, what do you think about it? It's just information. Did you watch it? No, I'm just posting it because I thought it was good information, and we need stuff like that. Did you watch it? Do you agree with it? No, they don't. They don't even know. They just found a video, posted it. They ripped it off someone else. Where did you get it at? I made this. No, you didn't, because it's on 50 other channels. And they were there first before it got to you. Oh, no, my name's not enough respect. I didn't steal this shit. No, I really made it. And so people, like, trust this guy, and it's like there's no one there to trust. They trust the wind on a whim. And it's like, he has a lot of good information, but if you try asking him about it sometime, like, I noticed you post this shit. What do you think about it? Oh, I think it's sensationalism. Sensationalism dogma. And you're like, so you really don't believe in any of this shit? But you got everybody believing that you believe in this shit, and although it's truth, you don't care. You're incapable of caring. There's no one there. You have something there, but it's just like a flop. Like, you just flop some shit out of your ass, and boom, there it was, and you're like, hey, that's kind of cool. Too bad I really don't feel that way. It's called sensationalism. And then they're like, you're a shill. I'm like, I'm a shill because I actually believe in what you have to say, because it seems like you just ripped off everybody else that had something good to say, so you just mix truth with lies to create your disinfo. And then people just buy it hook, line, and sinker. It's like, I can't even get a view. And if I do, they shut my channel down and put me on Ray William Johnson and tons of other shit. Which now they won't even do that, because they just realize it's just giving me credibility when they attack me. I want to know who called Ray William Johnson and told him to put that on there. I don't really care, to be honest with you. But dude, Ray William Johnson is sitting there, and it's like, and he gets a call, and they're like, yep, we got a new video to put up for you. Here it is. It's called Brainworm Guy. And Ray William Johnson's like, why this? Like, it went from getting kicked in the balls. Like, that I understand. You're dumbing down the population, but what is up with this brainworm shit? Why do you want? Don't ask questions. Do your job. Put them on there. Make fun of them. Okay? Don't worry. You'll be getting your $10,000 paycheck in the mail here soon. Okay, thanks. Bye. And then he's like, I don't understand why I have to put this guy in there. Because there's someone, he's just a puppet to someone. They've already said, like, his channel might make $1 million a year. He don't get $1 million. He don't get $500,000. Look at how he says how he's poor all the time, and how he can't afford his fucking high overpriced rent in New York. If he was making $1 million a year, he wouldn't be saying that. He ain't making $1 million. It says he gets a check for $1 million, but apparently he ain't getting it. He's got to divide it between 10 other people. And the biggest one on the totem pole is getting the most, and it's like MSNBC or CNN or Fox or ABC, because that's who controls everything. And so why would it be any different? They control this. Why don't they control that? They can. They have all the money and influence and power to do so, and all they got to do is hire some Mexican to do it. And he looks about as Mexican as you can get. Not that there's anything wrong with Mexican people. I'm just saying, like, he just seems like a useful idiot. And it's like, because I guarantee you he didn't pick that out. He didn't pick that out. He didn't go from, hey, watch this scooter crash into a wall. Oh, here's a brainworm guy. No, he would have never have done it. He would have went, hey, here's a guy getting kicked in the balls. Here's a guy crashing a scooter. And here's a surfer guy. Somebody paid him big money to do that. So that means they're willing to pay big ass money to shut me the fuck up. Because I'm not a useful idiot, dumb lemming zombie. I have a brain. I have 2 brain cells that rub together enough to try to figure something out. And they have to shut that down. We can't have any thought. You know, if I have 500 subs, they just shut the channel down. Nothing. No warning, no copyright, no nothing. They're just like, beep, boop, burp, shut out down out of existence. And then they say, why do you make so many channels? Why do you do this? Why do you do that? Why every 10 minutes you have a new channel? It's like, yeah, because every 10 minutes they're shutting them down. I'm not doing anything wrong. If I did something wrong, they would say, hey, this is what you did wrong. And I would say, well, you know, whatever. At least I know I did something wrong. They don't even do that. They're like, oh my God, he's getting too much attention and credibility. Shut him down. We can't have people thinking. So I think, you know, a lot of times I've gone to a Live Link and just other places to try to not be censored, and Live Link is dead. Nobody goes there. You know, many of times have people tried to switch. There's the Vivo or the Mimo or all this other shit people try to go to. You can't go to Vivo because it's hacked and they steal all your information, and your channel will just get shut down and lost because it's a hack. It's bullshit. It's 100% faulty, fucked up bullshit. I won't go to Facebook because if you fucking just say the wrong thing, you're going to prison forever. If you fill out, if you accidentally misspell your name, you'll fucking go to prison forever, because it's you have to be that person. You know, if you say my name's Aaron, your name better be Aaron in real life, and that better be your picture, because if not, you're going to jail. I know so many people that have gone to jail from just posting a picture of themselves, and I get pissed when people post pictures of me, and people are doing it right now at this very second. People are digging in their folders, finding ancient old pictures about me and posting them online, and I'm like, don't do it. I swear to God, dude, these people are so lobotomized. I'm like, oh my God, you're my friend, you're posting pictures of me on Facebook, and I'm telling you don't, and you're like, ha ha ha, you mad, bro? Ha 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 ha. And I'm like, you're not my friend. I don't know you, even though they are my friend. It's like, now I don't know you. No, I don't have friends that are this fucking stupid. I can see their whole lives. Like, if they're about to call me on the phone, the computer lets me know, because they shove so much shit about themselves on Facebook. All I can do is look up and it says, I'm about to call Aaron. I just called his brother to get a cell phone and blah blah blah, and I'm like, yeah, I see it right here, dude. You're fucking retarded. And the funny thing is if I don't know you, it won't let me know shit about you. But if I know you, it'll tell me if you're calling me in 5 minutes, because they know everything. And I've experimented. Like, what if I was thinking, I remember this one person that I used to know that I haven't talked to in forever. I wonder if they'll let me look them up. And I'm like, shh, nope, can't find them. How about this other person I barely fucking know? How about them? Shh, nothing. But if I know you, it'll sit there and tell me everything I want to know about you. It's because I already know you, and it already knows that, and it's got under the file name people you just spoke with, you know. And I swear to God, dude, the lobotomized face and my friends, like when they're using Facebook, they look like they just went full retard. Hello, are you there? Can you hear me? I'm telling you right now that it is obvious that people that I know are lobotomized fucking retards, dude. It is scary. It is death-defying scary to look at your friend that you love and to look in their face and to see nothing but a brain-dead fucking zombie. I'm like, oh my God, I love you. I care about you. What the fuck did they do to you? Are they beating you? Are they robbing you? And they're like, no, I like it. I like being beat up and robbed and having my brains fucking fried out of my head. And I'm like, no, you're my friend. I need to help you. I'm gonna stand next to you and like whip these people when they fucking come by. And you're like, no, I love being miserable and retarded. And I'm like, it goes from, you know, internet nonsense. Oh, this is just internet ramble nonsense. This does not apply to my life at all. It goes from not applying to your life at all, to, oh my God, does this apply to your life? You're standing there looking at your friend in the face, and he ain't nothing but a mindless lemming fucking zombie that uses Facebook. And I'm like, oh my God, the dystopian is real. I'm looking at it in the face. You are dystopia. You are idiocracy. Or whatever. And I'm like, there is a feeling there when you're looking at these people, and you know they are gone. There is a lobotomized zombie coma going on there, and you're like, oh my God, I love you. What have they done to you? And they're like, it's funny to be a slave and to give away all my information to people that don't deserve it. Like, I know this is probably bad enough as it is, you know, but at least I'm trying to fight it by talking about it, you know, on the system. And they know that. That's why they have to shut me down. They know, like, if this video became viral and people started understanding something, you know, if a better video of mine that was more understandable went viral, they couldn't imagine. You know, I remember Survival with Bushcraft, like, had my video up forever, and that's what I try to do, is I try to break through to people to get some kind of good information that they can get. You know, she has that video up, and I just ignore it. I'm like, whatever. I'm glad you like it, whatever. But when they start bothering me, I'm like, yo, why do you have my video up? What's so good about it? Why me? Why me? I sit here and I say what I fucking think. Anybody could do that. You could find anybody in the whole world and take their video and put it up online. But why me? And, you know, I guess it doesn't matter, you know. And then they wanted to just take my video down and say that I'm fucked up. Who cares? Who cares what a bunch of zombie lemmings have to say? I mean, I do care a little bit, because I have to. Like, oh my God, could you imagine if a horde of zombies showed up at my house with pitchforks and torches and wanted to kill me because I said something. I said, hi, how are you? Do you want to be a zombie? Oh my God, go shut him up. I'm telling you, I just don't know how to emphasize it. I don't know how to phrase it. I don't know what to say. But looking at my friends and knowing that they're zombies, Facebook using zombies, they want me to go on Facebook. I hate every living one of them. I really do. I don't like the way their face looks. I feel like I even look like one of them. I will never use Facebook. Ever. Ever. There's just too much shit said about Facebook for me to ever want to go there. Ever. You couldn't drag me to Facebook if you said there was a million fucking vaginas that will suck my dick. I don't care. I don't give a shit. I fucking hate Facebook. Facebook is a prison sentence. Facebook is a death sentence. Facebook is only used by zombies. I already had a scam artist try to use Facebook to scam me, and I'm like, I don't use Facebook. And they sat there and cried because they set up this whole scam on Facebook to scam me. And I'm like, I don't even use Facebook. They're like, oh my God, I spent hours and hours making this fucking Facebook, and you won't even go there. I'm like, you're right. You wasted your fucking time. You're retarded. And so people that I know that use Facebook, I don't use Facebook, they went there and checked it out, and they thought it was legitimate. And they said, this is legit, dude. This chick is legit. And I'm like, dude, you're retarded. I won't even go there and look, and I know it's fake. And you went there and looked, and I know it's fake, and you're telling me it's real, when eventually she admits that it's fake. And that it took her hours to create a fake thing. And she's sitting there telling me, and I'm like, I'm glad that you finally, like, tell me, you know. Like, all that did is it reassured me that I knew exactly what was going on. I don't know. Like, my ex-girlfriend, she now has, like, tattoos on her face and shit. And she's like, are you a wizard? And I'm like, there's a meme for this. Like, there's a meme with a lady that has tattoos on her face, and she's like, are you a wizard? And I'm like, you're that meme. Like when she was with me, she didn't have tattoos on her face. I'm glad that when she broke up with me, she went and did that, you know? Because it's like, you know, I probably had her when she was good still, and not a tattooed face-toward zombie. I don't know, it's just like I want friends, but if they're all just a bunch of zombie lemmings, then I guess I don't. I hate to judge people, but I just can't tolerate dumb. I just can't. I'm not going to. Maybe you can. I refuse to tolerate it. even if they were like, if they were smart and sometimes stupid, that could be tolerable. You know, like, they're mostly smart. Maybe they make a mistake. I could deal with that. But they're 100% mistake. 100% stupid. Why even bother? There's nothing good that's going to come. There's no friendship to be gained. There's no honesty, integrity, nothing. Just zombie lemming bullshit. And it's like, fuck that. I mean, they don't have to be perfect by any means, but that's one thing I used to do, is I used to just purposely be friends with anything, anybody. I don't care if they were fat, short, tall, ugly, dumb. I still do that. But I guess that wouldn't help, you know, not hanging out with stupid people, hanging out with whoever. But you know, people keep thinking like I'm gonna come around to what you know. Like, I'm gonna come around and finally one day I'm just gonna be a lemming. And you're right, and I was wrong. But if anything, I think, you know, if there was any intelligence there, you'll come around to what I know. If there's any logic or reason or sanity there at all, it'll be you coming around to what I know. Because I don't go around trying to know the wrong things. I have a discerning eye for truth, logic, and reason that just your average lemming zombie dumb dimwit doesn't fucking have. And I'm not going to come around to being a dimwit. You're going to come around, someone at some point with some kind of brain and logic and reason and sanity, they're going to come around to know some of the shit I'm saying is true. And so if I got to wait for that, that's fine. Like before, Alex wouldn't call people zombies. Alex Jones would not call, he said it was degrading, demoralizing, mean, and he just wouldn't call, he used to say it was disinfo to call people zombies. He used to say, those people that call other people zombies, that is disinfo, that is rude, that is mean, and it's not true. Now he calls them zombies, 5 years later. So what is it, Alex Jones? Was I wrong? Or have you just come around to seeing the truth finally there, dude? It took you fucking 5 years. And now he just says, not like every other fucking word, it's like zombie. It's jellyfish, zombie. Mark Dice calls them zombies now. Where do you think they got that from? Who's been calling people zombies for like 8 years on the internet? Not me. No. You know, I might have got it from someone else, but they weren't really popular. I'll tell you that. I didn't like pick it up from anywhere popular. I watched a very unpopular video calling people zombies, and I said, that makes sense. I like that. I like that. I'm going to steal your idea there, dude. But I didn't steal anybody's idea. I came up with that on my own because I looked up the video on my own and decided that's what I want to believe. I could have chose not to do that, you know, but I chose to do that because it made sense and I liked it. And it fit in with all the zombie shit. I have everything zombie movies, zombie video games. And I thought, just to call them zombies is the fucking most sense you could ever make in your life. And it would make every zombie video game and every fucking thing, like, make way more sense than it should. And I thought, like, people would get it. Like, oh my God, could you imagine if you get it? And they're like, no, there's no... There's no intelligence getting through. Like, your words fall on deaf ears. They're not paying attention. So I repeat and hope that the Rain Man gets in there. They're not listening. I'm not counting on them to listen. I'm hoping that if I repeat enough and they listened, that repetitive zombie-like behavior will be like the reverse brainwash. Like, let me condition your subconscious now, but you could brainwash yourself to be happy. You could brainwash yourself to be sad. You could just be brainwashed by the TV to be like that. These people, they have to keep happy. They don't want to be depressed. They'll never, if thinking makes them depressed, they'll never think. They want to be happy, ignorant, blissful. They have to ride that amygdala high horse, where their amygdala is buried into the upper happiness region, which it's not bad and it's not good. It's actually really bad and not good at all, but you know, you can't deny that that's what they do, and they feel happy, so you can't really like say you don't feel happy, you know. I don't know. I gotta go lobotomize myself and come back, because like I can't progress. An hour, and I'm like locked up, like my brain is like scrambled. You know, I get like one comment from one person, and I don't know who they are. Liz Butterfly or something. If you're watching this, hi, whatever. Who the fuck are you? Why do you even watch my shit? I'm not mad at you. I'm just wondering, like, who do you work for? You know? Nobody in their right mind watches this. Are you gay? Yeah. I'm not gay. Only zombies are gay. Unless you're like a hermaphrodite. Then I could understand. Like, oh, you have a penis and a dick. Or you have boobs. You were born with boobs and you have a penis. That would make sense. But you're just some zombie that's read the wrong book and you've been subverted. That's the new subversion, is just turning people gay. Like, why doesn't it work on me? I'll tell you why, because it's like, women are hot, men are ugly. You can't, how can another man find another man attractive? They have to be lobotomized or something. Like, I wasn't born with a vagina. I can't find men attractive. Anyway, I can't even go on. I'm too, like, I think it's the coffee. It gets you, like, too jittery and retarded. Like, it just fucks your brain up. Like, your brain's just being fried by coffee, and you're like, what? Fuck. I can't even, like, complete a sentence. I just feel so mentally, like, fuck. Like, the words won't even come out of my mouth. I just feel like it hurts for the words to come out of my mouth. It makes sense. That's why people are so stupid. Whatever they're doing to us, it's making us not have the progression of flow of thought. Like, this coffee might have had fluoride in it. If they brew, I don't brew my coffee with tap water. I might have just got like a heavy dose of fluoride just now. And I can't have that progression of thought. Like, when the words come to my mouth, it hurts. Like, my teeth, like, clench. I can't even say it. I feel lobotomized, like a zombie. I feel it now. Like, I can't even progress the thought to the next level because of the lobotomy that they're giving us. I kind of feel lobotomized right now. Like, I can't even talk. Is this how a zombie feels? I think I'm a zombie too, but it's like, we need to stop that shit, you know? If they're giving us forced medication that lobotomizes us, we have to, like, come up, we're going to have to do something to reopen those minds. Like, it's okay for them to force medicate the water. We're going to have to come up with some kind of reverse force medication to block what they're doing. If they're having alpha blockers, serotonin reuptake inhibitors that inhibit you from thinking, or if they have beta blockers that block you from thinking, we have to block the blockers and make it so you can think in your fucking brain. That's the best progression that I've been able to do in the last fucking 5 minutes. I feel happy about that. Like, they're preventing me from thinking. We need to think of a way to prevent that. That's about the best thing I got to say while I'm lobotomized. I'm gonna go and take some of my my blockers that block the beta blockers. I'm going to take my blockers that block the serotonin reuptake inhibitor blocking. Like, I'm going to block the blockers that try to block me. I'm going to go do that right now. And I'm going to come back and see if I can't progress past an hour. They're like, he's talking to himself for like an hour. We're too lobotomized to do that. We can't progress the thought past 5 minutes. We're too... Rain Man, activate. Ah! Rain Man is activating. Activate Rain Man. I am no longer lobotomized. Ha ha ha. I notice, like, when women are not acting retarded, like, I start to look more like a zombie. I'm like... That's how they look. People will be like, you look different. What did you do? I just got laid. And it's like, women just have to not be a bitch. And luckily that never happened, so I don't have to worry about it. It's so much easier when they're bitches, because you can just say it like you see them, like, bitch, bitch, bitch. And you don't have to worry about being fake happy. It's so much more easier to be depressed than to try to go for that fake happiness, that amygdala high. You're always chasing the dragon with that amygdala type high. They don't understand chasing the dragon. You don't get that at all, period. Like, smoking crack is called chasing the dragon because the first time you do it is the most amazing. Every time after that, you're trying to get back to that high that you originally had. The same as, there's no difference between what they do. They're always trying to chase that amygdala high. And I notice when people have to fake smile, they look like they're suffering. They're like, I really like it. And you're like, that smile looks like it hurts. You do not look happy at all. It'd be like somebody laying on a bed of nails and broken glass, and they're like trying to smile, and they're like, this bed feels so comfortable. Oh, it's like a big cushy pillow, and they're like, it feels so good. It's like the I Love Lucy scene when they give her cough medicine, and they're like, now say it tastes good. And she's like, this cough medicine tastes so good. And she's like, it tastes so good. And they're like, no, you're gagging. Smile and say it tastes good. Like, And that's how these people look, dude. That's how you fucking look. Like, people are like, fake it to make it. No, actually, I did that. There's a secret here, Mr. fucking know-it-all, and you can't listen to the words that come out, and that's fascinating to me. You wouldn't believe how fascinating it is that I can listen to you, and you can't hear one word that comes out of my mouth. It's like words falling on deaf ears. And I'm like, that's hilarious, dude. Tell me more about your lobotomized coma. I want to know more. My mind is awake and aware and wanting to know. Here, I'll shut up so you can talk. You're shy. You're this. You're that. Oh, yeah, tell me more. Tell me more about your brain-dead lobotomized coma. Because you don't know, as I've already been there and I've done that. And that's what makes me happy. Is looking at you, knowing that you're a zombie, and then knowing my life is not as bad as yours, because I'm not lobotomized like you. And that's what puts that fake smile on my face, is knowing that on my worst day, my fake smile is better than your fake smile, because mine's not even fake. Like, how can I put that? It's like, I thought my life sucked until I looked at you and realized that you're just a fake smile, and that put a real smile on my face. In a way, like, so it's like they have to fake it to make it. It's like I can fake that too, but even when I do, it's still not as fake as them, because I just know that I'm better than them. Like, I can choose when and where to fake it, wherever, how. They have to fake it all the time. I can fake it whenever I want. I can hold my head as high as I want, whenever I want, for whatever reason I want. If having 3 women in my bed makes me smile, I could do that. It's like when I beat this matrix, that'll be the smile no one can defeat. I'll have a smile so big on my face, nothing could match it. You know, like once I just destroy this system. There's too many people. Like, there's millions and millions of people. I don't think I'm going to destroy the system, you know. But the system on my end, what fucks me up? Once I defeat that, the smile that comes from there, so I accept this depression because I know it's a battle. Okay. You just smiled just because. I know that there's a short struggle, a sad face that happens, because you're going to kick someone's ass, right? You know, like, in a way. And it's like, you know, you're going to take a couple blows, they're going to take a couple blows, and it's like you're not going to smile when you're taking those blows. But once you win, the smile that is achieved on your face, there's a struggle at first. I don't mind to have the sad face during the struggle, because that's what it's going to take to get on top. And once you know you're on top, that sad face doesn't exist anymore. And so I know there's a day and a time and a place where my smile won't go away, in a way, because I have struggled to achieve that. And I knew what it felt like to be depressed. And I'll know the sweet taste of victory once I get there. And it won't be so easily lost, like your fake fucking smile. So you go on and you go ahead and think you're all that and a bag of fucking chips, when really you'll get no fucking respect. And it'll be me that gets all the respect I fucking deserve, because I didn't lay down my life for nothing. You gave it all up for nothing, for a fake smile. When I struggled and felt pain so I could know what pleasure felt like. And for you, you'll be riding that high amygdala train till the crash, till the bomb, till there's no high amygdala. Then you get to feel the misery that I fought through to achieve the true smile that I truly needed, instead of your fake pussy fucking smile. Pussy ass bitch fucking smile. That's how I know. Because there's a struggle to achieve happiness. One that you don't even care. There's no smile and then struggle and then smile or whatever, like they think. It's a sad face, then a smile. And they'll never get that because they're trying to go from fake smile to fake smile, and all they're going to get are fake smiles. I want the real deal. I want to feel it. What'll cure my depression is when I cure my depression on my own. I don't need a pill to make me feel happy. I'll feel happy when I conquer the things that make me depressed. And that's why you're a zombie, dude. You have to take a pill to make you happy. And just be placid and accept all the bad things that are happening to you. Me, I fight those things. And I love it. And I feel that shit. And that defines my existence of who I am. Not living in misery, but fighting the misery. You live in misery and define your existence by being miserable. I fight that misery, conquer it, and then I feel good once I do that. That's something you're incapable of understanding with your little zombie brain logic. I need to take pills. That's why they give you pills. They don't want you to fight back. They want you to just like taking pills. Man, I can't. I'm fucking retarded. Can't think. Oh my god. I know I keep saying I'm gonna go. I'm just trying to feel how dumb it is to be dumb. Like, I feel like this, like your frontal lobe, I feel like this part of my brain is being used. Like this part, not the front. Like, it just feels like this part of my brain is like giving me the problem. Like I can't go from here to the front or something. Like that's what the fluoride is doing. It's like the intelligence comes from here, but it cuts off the communication. So now you're like communicating with this instead of this. So I feel like that's what, because I feel like when I'm talking now, I feel like most of the time I feel like I'm using this part, but right now I feel like it's this part, and that's what's like fucking me up or something. That's what like the fluoride does or something. Is it makes it so your thoughts come from here instead of in the frontal cortex where it should be coming from. So I would say, to really reach a savant like level, if they're blocking the communication from this to that or from here to there, you have to like make this part do what this part normally would have or something. Maybe that's how people do. I can't even think about that. Because if I could feel, like if I was just trying to feel like what part of my brain am I using, it really does feel like it's coming from this. when normally it would be like coming from the front. Is that what it feels like to be idiocracy? Is just no expression of thought, like you can't progress in your thinking. You're just like zombified, like placid. You can't even move or think or progress that thought. It's just trapped up here. But normally you'd be thinking and be bouncing back and forth, and you'd have a whole brain to think with. Now they just like lobotomize that section off. I'm gonna go come back and see if I can do a little better. I'm gonna get some more coffee, take a shit. Maybe that'll get some more brain cells firing, you know? Maybe I'm the zombie. It doesn't matter, I can't think about it right now anyways. I farted. It really does. It really feels like this. And then it just goes nowhere. Like, steam cars. Nothing. Steam cars are gay. Like, no wonder that's how people act. They're not able to think. They're just like, there's no progression of thought. Like, that's the lobotomized zombie coma. Like, we definitely need to come up with something to prevent that cognitive dissonance style shit. Like, if they can make pills that lobotomize you, we could make cognitive enhancement pills. They get away with it. They can do whatever they want. Why can't we? They can make a lobotomizing pill. Why couldn't we come out with a cognitive enhancement pill, like a Limitless? I think we could. They're not going to like that, but I don't think they can prevent it a whole bunch. So we need to work on that. And for me right now, I'm having like a lobotomy moment. I can't even progress in that thought there. I think that's what I could do. If I could just give you a pill, and you'd be like, and I'd be like, here, just take this pill, dude. It'll be okay. You'd be like, everything makes sense now. Like, but not in that voice. You could have like a deeper voice, like, everything makes sense now. I don't even care. And you'd be like, thinking is so clear and easy for me now. Wow. I'll be like, does things make sense to you now? Yes, I can have the progression of thought that I did not have. I was a zombie. I can feel it now. Like, it's like that movie, The Bourne Legacy, where the guy's like, I was a fucking retard. I cannot go back to being retard. You don't understand. I was a mental retard. They gave me this shit, and now I'm a fucking genius. You don't understand? I can't go back. I can't go back to being stupid. It's like, that's what we need. We need something that helps to wake these fucking people up. Not that, I don't think it's they were born retarded. I think they're giving them fluoride that cuts off that thought. So if we cut the thing that's cutting the thing out, they'll be like, boom, they can start to think and have that progression of thought. And when you speak to them, they'll be able to understand what you're saying and add to it, instead of just going, you'd be like, just take this. You'll be able to think a little clearly now. Okay. Calculus makes sense. When did I ever learn that? Wake up, Rain Man. Here's your pill. Tell Rain Man it's time to wake up. We're gonna activate the neurons that they've been cutting off. They really do that. I can feel it, like the cutting off is happening there. Like just talking about it feels like it's helping to make those extra connections or something, you know. Even though they're not, like I still feel lobotomized. I do. I think it's the coffee. It's like the spider spins a web, but now we'll give it a drop of coffee. Now it spins an erratic web. Arachnophobia. Da, na, 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 I don't even know. Full lobotomy engaged. Dirt. I like. I like football. I gotta go think of a way to, like, cure people of their lobotomy. Like, here's a limitless pill, take this. Things that I say will make more sense now. And they'll be like, I can't think. Okay. I'm a fucking genius. Holy shit, was I lobotomized. Thank you, brother. No fucking problem, man. Don't worry. Life will get easy real quick. You won't be so lobotomized. I need to go to work.